So I am about to start a small revision series on each and every chapters that is in your syllabus for your mock test. So I will be covering up each and every exercises, so what actually the problem deals with, and I will be discussing various different types of problems that are in the exercises. So this revision series is basically meant to do that. So let us start with chapter number 1, that is relations and functions. So in this chapter 1 there is exercise 1.1 which deals with equivalence relation. Now equivalence relation is what? So if a function or if a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we can say that relation to be equivalence relation. Now what is reflexive, symmetric and transitive? Suppose I have a relation in set A. A relation in set A is said to be reflexive. Now when it is called reflexive? It is called reflexive when A comma A is an element of R, where for all A element of A, capital A. So I am defining a relation in set A and that relation is capital R. This relation we are talking about is capital R. So in set A is said to be reflexive when each element of capital A of set A is related to itself. So A comma A is an element of R. Then we can say that it is a reflexive relation. Now when can we say that relation is symmetric? We can say it to be symmetric when A comma B element of R implies that B comma A element of R. Again, for all A comma B element of A. So for all elements A, B of the set capital A, if we find that A and B, AB has a relation between them, then that must imply that B and A also has to have the same relation. So if AB is an element of R, then B comma A also needs to be element of R. Then we can say that the relation is symmetric. Now the next one, the last one, what we have is transitive. The last one is transitive. So when can we say that a relation is transitive? So when A comma B is an element of R and B comma C element of R. Now both of these relation, if it implies that A comma C is an element of R for all A, B, C element of A, then we can say that the relation is transitive relation. So all these A comma B element of R, then B comma C element of R, then these two must imply that A comma C is an element of R, then we can say that the relation is transitive. So this exercise is all about these things: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. And when a relation is all of them, reflexive, symmetric and transitive, that relation is known as equivalence relation. Now let us do one problem of this exercise. I have already selected a problem, that is question number 14. Question number 14 of exercise 1.1. So exercise 1.1, question number 14. This is what we are going to discuss in here. So here what we see is that the question says the most important for every maths problem is the question. The question, you must read it thoroughly. If you don't understand, please keep on reading it. So let L be the set of all lines in XY plane. So let's draw the diagram, just a picture. There is an XY plane and we are saying what? There L be a line. So there is a line L on that XY plane. Then it says that R be a relation in L defined as L1 parallel to L2. So what is that? So I am defining a relation R And what is that relation R? Relation R states that suppose there are two lines, in here, L1 and L2. Then how they are related? They are related by L1 is parallel to L2. This is how they are related. The relation between the two lines is that one line is parallel to another line. So that's what the relation is. So L1, L2, if they are parallel, then they will be the element of R. So L1, L2, so I will write L1, L2. So if L1 is parallel to L2, I will write L1, L2 element of R. Suppose I have another line. Suppose I think there is another line which is perpendicular to L1. Let us say there is a line L4 which is perpendicular to L1. If I say there is a line L4 which is perpendicular to L1. Now here this one L1, L4 will not be a relation of R. Why? Because the relation they are talking about, the two lines must be parallel. For perpendicular lines, the relation does not exist. So let us start with it. So this is the question. So we have to do what? We have to show that R is an equivalence relation. So let's stop here. That's it. Then we will do the next one later on. So show that R is an equivalence relation. So for equivalence relation, we know that there are three things to be proven. The first thing is that it must be reflexive, then it is symmetric, then it is transitive. And what was reflexive? That every element must be related to itself. That's what reflexive is. So in here, if I say there is a line L1. So obviously I can say that every line is parallel to itself. And how can I say? When can a line be parallel to another line? When their slopes are equal, right? When their slopes are equal. So if I say line L1 has a slope of half, if I say that half, then line L1, so obviously it's the same line, the slope is half. So when I say line L1 is parallel to line L1, so it's a proper statement, every line. So we can say that every line is parallel to itself. Every line is parallel to itself. So what we can say? So L1 is an element of R. So I can say that if L1 is a line, so I can say that L1 is an element of R. Hence R is reflexive. Why R is reflexive? Because every line is parallel to itself. Now my first criteria is done. Now let's move on to the symmetric one. Now for symmetric one, what I will do is I will take two lines which are parallel. Suppose I say line L1 and L2 are parallel. So I will write here, if L1, L2 element of R. What does this mean? Line L1, L2 element of R. This means what? That the line L1 is parallel to line L2, right? So this implies what? This implies line L1 is parallel to line L2. Now if line L1 is parallel to L2, so we can directly say that line L2 is also parallel to line L1. So this basically implies that line L2 is parallel to line L1. It's the same thing. If this one is line L1, this one is line L2. If line L1 is parallel to line L2, so vice versa we can say L2 is parallel to L1. So I can say L2 is parallel to L1. Likewise, we can write L2, L1 is an element of R. And once we write that thing, then we can say the criteria for symmetric was what? A, B element of R implies that B, A element of R. So you see here, in here, line L1, L2 element of R implies that L2, L1 element of R. So we can say that the relation is symmetric. So I can write here, hence R is symmetric. Now the next one is for transitive. So transitive was what? So A comma B element of R and B comma C element of R. So for transitive we must have three elements. So suppose I take three lines L1, L2, L3. L1, L2, L3. So what we are going to write is if L1 comma L2 element of R and L2 comma L3 element of R, what does this, both of them, what does they imply? They imply that line L1 is, let's write like that, line L1 is parallel to line L2 and line L2, the second one, line L2 is parallel to line L1, line L3. So both of them implies what? Now if I say line L1 is parallel to line L2, line L2 is parallel to L3, can't I say that line L1 is parallel to L3? So both of them implies what? Line L1 is parallel to line L3, and this means what? We can write that L1 comma L3 is an element of R, and once we write this thing, we see what? A comma B element of R, B comma C element of R, A comma C element of R. So once we write this thing, we can easily see the condition for a relation to be transitive is satisfied. So we can write at the end, hence R is transitive. But what do we have to prove? We have to prove that the relation R is equivalence relation. So now the relation satisfied all the three conditions, that is reflexive, then symmetric, then transitive. So once we see that it satisfies all the three conditions, so we can write at the end, therefore R is an equivalence relation. This is what we can directly write at the end. Now we move on to the next portion of the question. The next portion says, find the set of all lines related to the line y is equal to 2x plus 4. So we are given with this line 2x plus 4. So we have to find what? We have to find set of all lines which are related to this one. So here in this question, the relation is what? What relation we are talking about? We are talking about the relation is two lines to be parallel, right? So what are the lines which are related to this given line? So all lines which are parallel to this line will be related to this line, right? So here what I am going to write is the set of lines related to y is equal to 2x plus 4 must be parallel to it. And once we say that the two lines are parallel, what I told, when can two lines be parallel? When the slopes are equal. So the set of lines related to this must be parallel to it or having same slope. So now all we have to find is that lines having same slope as this line will be the set of lines. So what is the slope of this line? What is the slope of the given line? So we can easily see the slope of the given line. We have done in class 11 slope intercept form, y is equal to mx plus c, slope intercept form, where m is the slope. So if I compare this equation, this given line with that slope intercept form, we can easily see that the slope is 2. So slope of the given line is equal to 2, right? So we will write here, therefore the set of lines, the required set of lines are, the required set of lines are, it will be y is equal to 2x plus c. They have same slope, but what is different? This C, what is C? C is the y-intercept, but this C can be anything. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be -1, it can be -3, it can be anything. So for different values of C, you can get different lines which are parallel to this particular line, that is y is equal to 2x plus 4. But once you put C as 4, so you get that same line, y is equal to 2x plus 4. So this is how we solve questions like this of equivalence relation in exercise 1.1.